So right now we have with us Arnold Dix, who is the tunneling expert from Australia, who has been pitched in by the government or the agencies. Who has pitched you in, sir?
It's the government, the federal government, I think.
Okay. What are the difficulties right now that you are finding while rescuing the workers inside?
Well, the difficulty is that the Himalayas are, they've got all their surprises there, and so geologically, technically, from an engineering point of view, scientifically, just when I think I know what's going to happen, something else happens. And so the whole team, especially the Himalayan specialists who are here, we're struggling with all of that. Just the sheer size, the complexity, the dynamics. The mountain's alive. So that's what's really causing us.
What exactly are the geological challenges that you're facing right now?
Well, the first exact geological challenge, it's rocks hitting you on the head, like get really basic. So there's our own protection. There's always the risk that we're going to be injured or killed ourselves as we're doing the rescue. That's everyone who's in there. The mountain's already told us that it's not happy with the first big avalanche, and the risk is that there'll be more, and so we're having to be extra alert and vigilant for any warning signs that another collapse is going to occur. And that, because it's the Himalayas, there's nothing like it. This is as dangerous, as difficult as it gets anywhere on the planet.
You were telling me that it is continuously falling. How many times have you faced obstructions or obstacles while working to dig in or
well, everyone who's working in there, that's all the time. So it's not raining rocks in the sense that when we're in there we're all getting hit on the head, but we've got all sorts of scientific equipment set up there with laser beams and everything all fired around, watching the rock, making sure it's not moving, analysing anything that falls. It's like alive in there, and not just rocks falling, but listening, touching. So, when I go into the tunnel, I actually touch the walls. I feel what the rock is doing. I'm listening to what the rock is saying. Really trying to understand how it's about to move, because I know if it moves very much, that's it for all of us. So, yeah, it's you've got to concentrate.
Right. So, one obstruction was cleared yesterday, and there is another obstacle that is there. And you were telling us that you have seen the auger machine get lifted from the ground for the first time ever.
Yep. Yeah, it's the first time.
What is it?
So the auger machine is one of the most powerful machines on Earth. It's not the most powerful, but it's one of the most powerful machines on Earth, and its job is to basically drill a hole through rock and push a pipe. That's the rescue pipe. And yesterday, in the end, that auger machine was ripped from the earth itself and up into the air. It just couldn't do it. So that just gives you, and that's not surprising. That's just the sheer enormity of the forces and the tasks that we're asking of that particular machine. It's just really, really difficult. So overnight, the engineers have gone back, built a new place for the auger machine, attached it again to the mountain, fixed some other things that needed to be fixed. Try again today.
So it is aligned as of now?
Yeah, it's aligned. Yeah.
But has the work started where it was stalled at this point only, sir?
Yeah, so it was stalled because it ripped out of the ground, but also we're going through a zone of obstructions now, and so that's a combination of metal and all sorts of things. It's like the debris from when the avalanche happened, and that is literally millimetre by millimetre, because you have to physically cut iron girders, you have to physically cut pieces of machinery, you have to just crawl. You're literally going through a battlefield.
Did you find any technical flaw inside the tunnel that could have triggered this accident? You were telling about the shape of the girder.
Yeah. So in order for a tunnel to be stable, it needs to have a special shape, and that special shape is how we can trick a mountain into letting us have a tunnel in it. So otherwise, no way you can have a tunnel because the mountain's too heavy. I think looking at it, the shape of the tunnel and the way in which that shape has been maintained, I think that's what we'll have to re-look at, to think about what shape should we have in a place where the ground is so difficult.
There was a problem with the shape. That is what you could analyze.
I'm saying for the ground conditions, you need the right shape. It's collapsed, therefore it can't have been the right shape. Of course, looking back, you'd say, well, it must be the wrong shape, but did they know before? I don't know. I haven't investigated how much knowledge there was of the problem of the collapsing and the shape. But I expect in the future that your tunnels will be better than they are now.
That is the next question that I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Do we have some lessons to learn
Absolutely.
here, and
Yeah.
is it going to change the way tunnels will be built in India?
I've got no doubt about that at all, and it's the authorities that got me here, and I know that they are absolutely intent on this never happening again. So I'd expect to see some quite significant changes here. I think yesterday
Did they ask you for some suggestions?
they have, but I still haven't had that meeting because I said to them, like I've said to you, I don't want to even, for the moment, consider any of those things until we have the 41 men safe. After they're home safe, okay.
How many meters away are we from them?
My best guess is maybe 3 or 4,
4 meters.
maybe 6, not more.
And the difficult 6 meters, 7
Yeah.
meters.
Yeah, it's difficult. Having said that, every metre is difficult, and these are no exception. And these are proving to be really difficult because of all the debris that we're finding there. And what's wonderful is we're not finding bodies there; we're just finding debris there, and that's one of the things that makes me so happy about this. We're discussing not whether we found a missing worker; we're just discussing getting to the workers. So that makes me quite happy.
And we should approach gradually.
Absolutely. The advice that I think all of us have given, because we're a big group, there's no big boss. Well, there is a big boss, but the big boss doesn't behave like a big boss. The big boss talks to all of us. We're all saying just gently, just bit by bit, we want the 41 people home.